Hello, is this Sinister Game here with a new stream. In this stream, we're going over the event one for this month in Red Dead Online. But yes, starting off, I know the title is probably pretty confusing because it's not something Rockstar typically does, but yeah. With 100 characters, it's not the easiest to explain it, but it should be pretty clear as long as it's in the benefits section, but essentially it has to do with like your gold that you gain after completing all of the daily stuff. Okay, I think it's normally 0.10, I think, but according to the newswire, it's supposed to be an extra 50% more. So maybe it's like 0.15 gold instead of 0.10. But yeah, it's something to do with like finishing the daily challenges, judging by the newswire. Something they definitely don't usually do, so that was definitely worth the highlight for the title there. Explain more details on it later. The end of benefits section to start off here. Double rewards, all blood money opportunities. Available through April 3rd. So this event month this time around seems to be for the entirety of March. The tail end of February, like literally it came out 28th of February for this new event month. Entirety of March, and then you even seem to get the first couple of days of April as well on this one. So like this one's almost like 35 days or something, which is a bit longer than usual, I think. So that's definitely pretty interesting. But yeah, all blood me opportunities 2 times money and gold and XP. Opportunities are the missions where you spend the capitale. There's a total of 3 of the blood money opportunities. There's like Covington Emerald. I think there's Covington Emerald, Ember of the East, and some other one that I can't exactly think of right on the top of my head. In my opinion, there's one that like absolutely sucks over the other couple, but I think the other 2 are pretty good. It's been a long time since I've played any of them, so I wouldn't know them by name, but the one I'm not the big fan of, I think, is the one where you go over to like roads and stuff, and I think there's like an interior full of enemies and stuff, where the best way to like take them out would be like a shotgun and stuff, which you typically don't have to go out your way for something like that. Like typically you don't have to like feel obligated to like use a shotgun in most missions, so I'm not the biggest fan of that one. Because I think there's like one in roads with like a bunch of enemies in like an interior or something. Whatever one that is probably the one I would recommend staying away from. I think the other 2 are definitely more decent in my opinion though. Again, it's been a while since playing any of them, so I wouldn't know them by name, but if whatever one I said sounds similar, then I would avoid whatever that one is. But yeah, money I would assume would be at least like a couple hundred or something on like the money opportunity there, or it should at least be a pretty decent amount compared to the rest of your blood money stuff. It's definitely going to be better money than your like small like crime stuff from the blood money content. 3-part missions. 3-part missions might be pretty decent still now. Yeah, the opportunities are definitely quite alright for the money. Gold. You're not really going to want to do it for gold. Yes, it's 2 times gold, but you have to spend the capitale, and then you have to earn the capitale when you run out of capitale. So you have to do other things to build up to the capitale once you run out and whatnot. out my fucking way. And then contracts are 2 times money. Sorry, someone's kind of in my way right now, so I don't really speak it the most right now. But yeah, Capitale is just not going to be the most efficient for gold, since yeah, you just gotta keep running the Capitale when you run out of it eventually and whatnot. So they're probably going to do other tasks that are going to be even weaker for gold, since they're not going to have like other opportunities stuff for gold or whatever. For your crimes and like your contracts. XP could probably be pretty alright, though. XP is not gonna be a big steal, but yeah. Money could be quite alright this time around. For plenty of opportunities compared to the rest of the stuff on the event. Alright, someone's flying on my way again. For now. Hit money pretty decent. Gold. Gold, you're going to want to do other methods event in particular. When focusing just on the stuff that's on the event with increased amounts. And then, yeah. The XP compared to other stuff going on, I would say this time around could definitely be quite decent as well. So I think the strong suit in this event would definitely be the money and then the XP. But I mean, contracts on the other hand are 2 times money only. Contracts are the ones I think that are 3-part missions essentially. So unlike the crimes and the opportunity where you're doing just like 1 mission essentially, you're kind of getting like 3 missions in a sense. So I don't know, in some sense, I feel the contracts could actually be better for the money. And the contracts, I think you earn Capitale. I don't think you spend Capitale on those like you do for the opportunities. Therefore, you can spam the missions more often and whatnot, without having to worry about the currency and whatnot. So honestly, thinking of it that way, I think the only like super good part this time around will be the X. We'll definitely go to the XP for the blood money opportunities there. Yeah, honestly, I would probably say that the money would be better off for the contract, the 3-part missions. Completing opportunities and contracts this week will also yield extra gifts, apparently. Complete 3 blood money contracts in a week. For the month, we'll get you a gray Valdez vest. So if you complete 3 of the like 3-part missions, so essentially like 9 missions for the 3-part missions, I'll get you the gray Valdez vest. Complete any blood money opportunity, the missions that you use to Capitale. As part of a persistent posse, we'll get you a gold bar. Wait. Are you literally just getting 1 gold bar for that, bruh? That does not sound that worth it since you need a persistent posse to do it with. That really does not feel not worth it, honestly. If it was like 5 gold, sure, and 5 gold bars could be nice. But 1 gold bar, I don't know about that, to be honest. But still more useful than the cosmetic there for the free blood money contracts for the week. For a week in the month. So between the two, I'd probably do the persistent posse over that other one that's in there. But yeah, earn weekly rewards here. For complete select blood money opportunities. Seems like for your first week through March 6th, if you complete the Covington Emerald blood money opportunity, that will get you a gray Hell's Feet gloves. So at least for this week, you're getting extra incentive out of the Covington Emerald blood money opportunity. So in that sense, that could be your more worthwhile one to do if you care about the clothing thing at all, for at least one time, but yeah. Again, there's only one mission with like roads or whatever. I just don't recommend too much personally for the opportunity ones with the spinning of the Capitale. I'll go over other ones later on as I'll get in the stream, since the benefit section will update each week. But I'm only going to do the one stream for the month, so since not much changes, so I'm going to be seeing those other ones later on. Basically, I think it's all just clothing stuff, so if you don't care about clothing, then the middle section doesn't really matter too much. And then you get bonus Capitale all month long. You're more likely to get it in chests and then in the pockets of felled enemies when taking on the contracts. Contracts, again, those are just free part missions. You will not be gaining any of that for your blood money opportunities where you spend the Capitale. It doesn't really make sense to get Capitale missions that you spend it on, I guess. So that's even more incentive to do the free part missions over those opportunities. So a very good source for the Capitale if you need it. For the bigger missions. But yeah. Here's the title thing that I said was like kind of hard to word, I would say, for a 100 character title. But completing all daily challenges will get you 50% extra gold. So again, I don't think the indicator was updated. I think you normally get 0.1 when you don't have any streak at all. So it seems if you don't have any streak at all and you complete all 7, whatever, it seems you'll probably get 0.15 gold instead of 0.10. I know the amount doesn't seem that significant of a jump, but gotta keep in mind the gold is the more like premium currency in the game. And depending on like where you are in your streak, you're gonna get even more benefit as well if you play it pretty daily or something. So depending on if you have a crazy streak or something, this could be very insane. Surely even more than a measly 0.5 difference, whatever. Or 0.05 difference, even whatever. And I see when it says daily, it means like your set of 7 is not tied to a roll. I assume you don't have to do the roll ones. I assume it's just the 7 daily ones, whatever, with the way they're wording it here. And yeah, obviously your small challenges also get you gold, I think, as well. So you'll be getting gold for the little challenges as well, which those will be normal amount. It's just the finishing amount that you get extra on it, looks like. So, literally, if you do that every single day for the month, you're going to be making a very insane amount of gold, I imagine. Or to like almost 35 days, as I was saying. And yes, that's the 7 community-wide daily challenges. Again, that's what I was kind of referring to there. There is one thing going on with the free roll challenges. You can choose any free roll challenges. I assume you have to do them all as part of like one roll though, since there is 3 per roll. I assume you have to choose a roll to complete though. So keep that in mind. But yeah, things like completing a whole set of free roll challenges for a starting roll any week for the month. Any week of the month here will earn you an extra $100. $100, definitely very nice. Cash is always very welcome easily. But in a more general currency, you definitely want as much as possible. So sure, I'll go into some strategy there then. Now yeah, the most confusing part is going to be your 7 like general ones there. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, okay, no, these are just the multipliers. Yeah, it's not the multiplier, I think it's the 0.10 there that gets multiplied by 0.5. I don't even know if they've actually like done a like increased the amount of like gold like on this before, so I don't know if there's much of an indicator for it. So even though it says 0.10, I'm thinking it's 0.15 with the 50% more, so keep that in mind. Yeah, this one will be the most annoying one, but it's the one you get to do every day of the month, not just for like a week of the month or whatever, like with the roll one. That's the most important one to keep in mind. Or actually, this is probably the like amount you get for the one challenge that is hovered on each moment. I don't know if there's even a way you can check like the amount you get for completing all 7, but you get some kind of bonus amount and it will be times 0.5. Or not 0.5, but 1.5. So yeah, all these will get you 0.7 gold without the streak, and then whatever the bonus is for completing all of it, that bonus will be times 1.5. So hopefully that makes a lot more sense now. But yeah, for the day that I'm streaming on, for example, 2 alpine goats skinned, you're definitely going to want to look up like a location guide or something for that one. Unless you're like quite the expert and like know where everything is or something. Cooked seasoned crustacean. Wait, what even is a crustacean? Is that like some fish shit or like what the fuck? Like where do you get that? Do you like get it from a fish that you hunt? Do you get it from like a butcher or something and then you season it with like certain herbs and stuff? Something in the sorts, probably for that one. 2 pheasant skinned whatever in there. Some kind of like bird thing, certainly. Again, definitely look up a location guide for one like that. If you're not the most knowledgeable on the stuff in this game. Place top 3 in a showdown. That one can definitely be quite time consuming there, no doubt. Depending on like how good you are in this game and whatnot. But yeah, sometimes these daily challenges can definitely be quite the annoying thing here. Player kills of O in showdowns, it's even more like particular than this one. Goddamn. There are 5 vanilla flowers picked. I think you find those around like Lagras, which is kind of where I'm at right now almost. And Wildman, I think, is a pretty common herb. But again, location guides for the win. So yeah. To get the 1.5 times bonus, you have to definitely do all 7 of those. That's gonna be quite insane. So you definitely gotta be sure to... What's it called? I'm trying to think of what to say here. Yeah, like the newswire says, you definitely have to be quite determined for the 1.5 times on the completion finish being there. But even if you cannot finish it, then I would honestly focus on this over anything else you can do in the game anyways for this event. That's on like the opportunities and whatnot. I think it's definitely going to be pretty much your best option this month for what's worth doing and what's not. And I'll explain the roll ones as well. Some recommendations. Which your roll ones tend to be much easier since you get more of an idea of what you're meant to do. Oh, okay. Challenge goals, okay. So yeah. Without a streak, I think you get 0.3 for completing all the general challenges. So instead of 0.3, you'll be getting 0.45, and that's without any streak at all. And yeah, I'm not sure if these multipliers account for that as well, or if it's just for your individual ones. Either way, you're getting a pretty sizable gold of that. 50% more there. But yes, it's definitely been a while since I focused on these challenge things, so I wasn't too sure where to look. But you actually can look at that. So for example, to roll 1 0.3 to 50% more than 0.45. Again, those multipliers might stack with this as well, which is the insane part. The possibly insane part, but even if not, it's still pretty nice. Just the only annoying thing is you have to be so damn determined and be able to do all 7 in a day, depending on like what the tasks are. Maybe just do them on easy days, or just do what you can, and then if you can, then just try the next day, whatever. But yeah, for the $100 for the roll challenges though, Bounty Hunter, 2 bounties brought in from New Hanover poster, and it's pretty damn easy. You're even going to get gold for the posters there in the case of Bounty Hunter as well. So if you want as much gold as possible, you definitely want to be doing the Bounty Hunter daily challenges. Since the bounty posters and bounty targets themselves are pretty nice for gold. Whereas all the other roles are pretty much cash focused, I would say. There are 2 bounty targets tagged with tracking arrows. Definitely quite doable. I would say that's definitely quite a doable one right there. I don't think it's that hard to hit it target at all with a bow at all. I think you just gotta make sure to have the tracking arrow pamphlet, and then you have to like craft the tracking arrows, which can be a little bit annoying. But if you don't like that one, you can always just wait for a better day anyways, which is bound to have easier challenges. There's only so many challenges per roll, you're bound to have a pretty easy day at some point, unlike the daily challenges. and 0 of 1 player bounties collected. Oh no. That one's pretty fucking garbage. Since you're gonna have to deal with player versus player most likely. Someone would probably just kill you on sight or something if you even attempt to do that. Now you have to use your bounty wagon pretty much as well. Any other method the player can easily escape from. So that makes it even more inconvenient for the player bounty one there. Again, a couple of these are kind of pretty trash, but there's only so many, and I remember other times there would be easy challenges like for all 3 of them. But yeah, bounty hunter's definitely one you want if you want to have even more gold aside for your challenge stuff you're doing. Since again, all the other roles are pretty much cash focused, unlike bounty hunter, which is actually more gold focused than the rest. Trader. But yeah, trader, descends delivery wagon, traveled on a mission. That's a very easy one there. You could probably do like a bare minimal. You can do like a bare minimal sale, probably of like 1 good or something if you really need to. You don't really need like all 100 goods if you just want to do this one real quick and knock it out. And certainly you don't have to like go entirely with the GPS if you go like away from the GPS, if you purposely get more distance, and you could probably easily do it in one like delivery mission. As long as you don't have like a griefer bothering you or something. Which probably wouldn't usually happen in this game. $200 in money made from trading. That might go hand in hand with this one for the delivery like sale mission here. Shouldn't be a very difficult one to find out, I don't think. Resupply missions complete. Honestly, that one's a little contradictory from this one if you go like the bare minimal, like 1 good sale or something, because I think your business has to like produce a certain amount to even have to resupply in the first place. So that one's not the most efficient. Again, if you really want to, you can wait for an easier day, for example. If you get a bad one or 2 or something. Now, some of the easiest ones, in my opinion, if you want to go for a whole set of complete ones for the $100 or whatever, definitely would go to the collector role here. And again, like I recommend with like the weekly collections, what I typically recommend is you want to look up like a collector map or something on like your preferred search engine, such as Google or something. Just look up a collection map on your like preferred search engine on Google or something, and you should have a very easy time finding something. I would imagine that seems pretty reliable for that kind of thing. I think the one I use is called like a Gene like ROP collector map or something. I'm not exactly sure how you would spell in the second part of that. What I just said in there, like Gene Rock, whatever, on top of my head at least, but yeah. If you use a collector map on the internet, you should have a very easy time finding antique alcohol bottles. Moonshiner missions might even give you a better chance of getting antique alcohol bottles, because Moonshiner has to do with like alcohol and stuff, I'm pretty sure. So Moonshiner content could maybe so some Moonshiner content could maybe some pretty nice capabilities for that one. Like the Moonshiner like roadblock things with like the revenue agents, this might be pretty good for antique alcohol bottles for all I remember. Collectibles looted from non-player enemies. Gotta get a bit lucky on those, but you can do that during like bounty hunting or something. If you do like bounty posters from like bounty hunting, that can be a very easy one to knock out there as well. Since you can get collectibles on like bounty missions and whatnot as well. So free shouldn't be that difficult, you just gotta get a little bit of luck, but probably in like an hour of grinding you could probably easily get it. And then 0 for your lost jewelry. You don't even necessarily need a collector map on your like preferred search engines, such as Google for lost jewelry either. If you have a lot of time on your hand, you could probably just get like every single metal detector collectible you can find all across the map. If you literally like go across the whole entire map in a day or something, you could probably literally knock that one out without the need of like a collector map on like, Google. Or of course you could technically purchase the maps from Mount Nazar if you don't super care to make much profit. I just recommend looking up a collector map on like Google or some other search engine. I think collector definitely has some of the more simple ones usually. I feel there's almost never a bad collector challenge, I feel, really. As long as you put like some sort of effort into doing it. Moonshiner here. Moonshiner, I'm obviously not going to really recommend it as much as like the collector for which ones are most worth doing, kind of. Yeah. Again, you have like a distance moonshine wagon traveled, which is basically just a reskin of like the trader one there. Very easy, you could probably sell like a partial batch if you really want to or something. Zero free moonshine bootlegger missions. You literally just go over to like Maggie Fike in your like moonshine shack. You literally just go to Maggie Fike, I think, in your like moonshine shack, and then you can just do the missions from there. Just gotta do 3 of those. That's very easy. Moonshine's total 5 minutes left. To me, at first, it sounded like a speedrun mission, but I think you just gotta have like at least a few minutes left, so you might not have to be super in a rush for that. Even if it's a speedrun one, best location I would say for sales would definitely go over to the one by Emerald Station, Emerald Ranch, whatever. There's a moonshine shack over there. And there's a sale mission where you literally just have to go over to Emerald Ranch, Emerald Station. That's barely any distance at all. If you're fortunate enough to get that sale with that location. But there's definitely some pretty easy moonshiner challenges in here. But yes, there's definitely quite some easy moonshiner daily challenges for sure. I think there's even simple ones where you just have to drink your own like moonshine, and then there's ones where you can like play with the band for a couple minutes that are pretty damn easy. That require a little to no effort. So yeah, there's definitely some pretty nice easy ones for moonshiner. Naturalist, 02 blending tonics crafted or used. If you really need them and you don't want to craft them, obviously you could probably just buy them from Harriet. So that could be a pretty nice and easy one there. Don't kill an animal for 24 game hours. I'm literally about to get this one automatically. It's so easy. Especially if you're a content creator and you're not like doing much mission wise and whatnot. For any reason. And then 02 hardy tonics used when too hot or cold. Just go up in like Amberino, like the snowy area. But yeah, Amberino, the snowy area, and then probably some like the new Austin areas are probably some of your best options for like hot or cold. I would especially recommend Amberino, and then just don't have like a winter jacket or some shit on. Should be pretty easy since there's indicators for if you're too hot or too cold. There's indicators for the cold one, I know at least. Yeah, Naturalist definitely has some pretty easy challenges. I mean, General Collector, Bounty Hunter, I feel definitely has some pretty easy challenges. Honestly, all the roles really have the easy challenges, I feel. All the roles in the game definitely have some pretty easy challenges, no doubt. The one I feel would probably be the least likely. The one that's probably the least likely to have, like, good role challenges, I feel, would probably go to Trader. Like, there's definitely some time-consuming ones on Trader, so if there's one role that I feel is kind of, like, the weakest in terms of easy, like, daily role challenges, it would probably go over to Trader. But yeah, if you want to get, like, good money and gold in addition to, like, the daily challenge and whatnot, then, again, Bounty Hunter is the good role for gold. And then Collector will be your good role for cash. So if you want to go for a good bit of cash, then this is good. And then if you want a good bit of gold, this is good. So if you want even more gold in addition to the daily challenge gold, definitely Bounty Hunter easily. I think that's pretty much all I can think of explaining there with all of this. With like some strategies and whatnot. Yeah, it seems like that was the only one there. There were rewards on the featured series. But each featured series for the week will be on 2 times money and XP. Money on these showdown modes and stuff. Featured series and whatnot. All depends on your placement and whatnot. So you're going to have to be like really good at the game mode, and then you're going to have to hope to get players that really suck at the game and whatnot, and they get the maximum benefit and whatnot. And it all probably depends on like the amount of players that are playing as well and whatnot. But yeah, for the first week through March 6th, you played a new Hanover series. There's the new Hanover series for the featured series for this week. So the new Hanover series is only 2 times for the first week here. I'll go over other ones happening later in the stream here, but yeah. Long story short, none of them are really going to be that amazing for your money and an XP. Main reason is you have to go into separate lobbies and stuff. Why would you do showdown modes when you can just... Why would you do showdown modes when you can do like daily challenges in the free mode of the game where you don't have to go into all kinds of separate lobbies and whatnot? Just doesn't really make much sense to do the showdown modes over daily challenge stuff. Oh yes, of course you don't get money on the daily challenges per se, but still. You're probably better off doing like the blood money stuff for sure over the showdown mode stuff for money easily. Oh, it's kind of a nice incentive to play it, sure, but showdown modes are kind of garbage though, for the most part. When it comes to like serious money making and whatnot. But money's kind of definitely for sure trash on those, given you have to go into separate lobbies and therefore you have to be away from free mode. The XP could be nice, but again, you have XP on your blood money opportunities anyways. So the blood money opportunities would be even better for your XP. The only advantage this has over the like blood money opportunities for XP would be that you don't have to like spend the premium currency for Capitale. Otherwise, there's really no advantage doing this over any of the other stuff in the event month here. So I'll go over the rest of it later. But yeah, community outfit. The community outfit for this month here. I really don't get. This isn't even that much space, and they couldn't even list the fucking clothing items on here when they only put the community outfit on this page of the benefits section. What the fuck? Why don't they just list it on here since they barely put anything on there in the first place? Guess I gotta do it for them then. Unless you're, of course, on the Rockstar News Wire, but this is more meant for a guide in addition to, like, the event stuff. But yeah, like usual, they pull it from the Reddit fashion subreddit on, like, Reddit or whatever. The Redditor that made this one is, like, Bride Desiree. They didn't even credit the person on here, like they have, like, other times of Thanksgiving, which is kind of strange. I guess I'll go through on the catalog. Why not? I usually just list them, but so people know where to find them, I guess, as well. I'm probably not gonna claim them myself. I don't really care for clothing, really, to be honest, but yeah. I guess it would be cool to get all these different free clothing things, but I don't really feel like spending time on that, to be honest. I mean, we just focused on making a guide here and shit. But yeah. Now, this one's going to depend on if your character is female or male. If your character is female, you get the frill shirt waist. But if you're male like my character here, you get the collar overshirt. So the collar overshirt here, you're only saving like $9 on that one then. Ribbon tee, or not tee, but tie, apparently for the next one. That'll probably be like neckwear or something, I feel. Okay, yeah. So the ribbon tie here, it's gonna like $13 in there. Coat for the next thing here. Okay, here you're getting like $200 to like $250 savings, it looks like. At least you get some pretty nice savings there. But yeah, one cliff coat here would be free for the outfit thing. And then these last two will also depend on gender, so we'll see what the female alternatives are. And for male, it will be pants and then boots. Okay, I got that as well, apparently. But yeah, about $35 on savings on that, apparently. But yeah, for male, it's the studded pants there, and then for female, it will be your constant skirt. Constant skirt. And then, yeah, finally for boots here, and then off the outfit. But you're actually saving like 1 gold on that, so at least you save on a premium currency on this one, I guess. But yeah, for male, it will go to the cobbled boots, and then for female, it will go for the at-berry lace boots. So at-berry lace boots will be your female alternative if you have one of that gender. But yeah, those few things finish off your community outfit for the month. And then yeah, discount stuff here. Might not be all of it, but if there's other ones, I'll make sure we go over them later on. But yeah, this month you can find a range of discounts on select weapons, including 30% off all pistols. So all pistols 30% off. I might go into some recommendations later on. Honestly, personally, I don't really use pistols much, so I'd probably just say the most expensive Mauser pistol. Mauser pistols, I think, are like $600 or whatever, and then you can own like 2 of them because they're pistols. You can wield 2 at one time for dual wield capabilities. So you can get some pretty nice savings on what would normally be like $1,200 of 2 like Mauser pistols, definitely. I assume being the most expensive pistol will typically be your best pistol option for the Mauser pistols. Personally, for me, I don't really feel the pistols are some of the most used weapons in the game, though, so yeah, definitely I'm just going to recommend the Mauser pistol. I'm not going to really bother looking much. And then you can upgrade your abilities with 30% off all ability cards, and then you also get 30% off ability card upgrades as well. So if you need some new ability cards at all, or if you need to upgrade any, then very good week, very good month to do that. And then it says 40% off all tonics. So I'm not sure if that includes like your naturalist tonics. It says all tonics, but that could just be regular, like non-rolled tonics for all I know. Naturalist definitely has some of the more useful tonics though, for sure.
You're quite the respectable. Explore, examine. Lots to look at here.
Yeah. Like for example, bunny tonics. Okay, yeah, when I say all
Struggle to
tonics, it
find that just
includes the
anywhere.
natural tonics, okay. A reduced range that you can be detected by
I can tell you're
animals.
interested.
That'd probably would definitely be most useful for, like, non-aggressive animals, like ones that tend to run away from you, like deers and stuff. They can definitely have its uses, but definitely not necessarily anywhere near the most useful one. Disables the damaging weather effects for a period of time. That's the one with that, like, challenge thing where you have to use it in, like, hot or cold weather, whatever that I had. I don't really feel that's that
These
great of
frosty
one
waters
there.
host so many creatures.
If you want to change your, like, character's weight for any reason with an ease, and these can be kind of nice in that regard. And there's also ones for, like, the max and minimum level, okay. So why haven't do these ones really, to be honest? I don't know, tonics aren't necessarily the most useful thing in the world, honestly, so I'd probably mostly pass on the
Hopefully you didn't
discount
forget anything.
personally, but
Travel safe.
undoubtedly, I definitely feel some more useful ones are probably going to go to some of the naturalist ones, because they're designed to be helpful for the naturalist role. And some of the more, like, interesting things of content to do in this game even are those few, like, roles in the game. Yeah, me, I'm not really a combat PvP person or anything, so I'm not gonna really recommend any of those kind of tonics, really, personally, but I'll see those kind of tonics can have their uses easily as well. But yeah, tonics is probably not gonna be anywhere near your most worthwhile discount. There's definitely better discounts, even with ones not listed here, even. And then, yeah, for one of the more interesting discounts going on this time around, there's a hired gun kit for 40% off. It's basically a nice, like, starting kit for, like, those blood money, like, missions, essentially. I think you can only, like, obtain it one single time. But yeah, it's a one-time only, like, starting kit thing, essentially, for your blood money opportunities, essentially. Gets you an exclusive bandana, Pharaoh bandana there. And then you just simply get ammo, tonics, gun oil, some of your typical, like, good consumable items in the game. And if you haven't redeemed it yet, then you even get a bit of capitality to it for even less price now. That's very nice. Definitely can help with those blood money opportunity mission opportunity stuff right now for the event month. And yeah, Prime Gaming here. You're basically getting 5 gold bars. You're getting your typical 5 gold bars, which is basically $125 in gold. Cash to gold conversion is $125 between those two, like, currencies in the game. So you're essentially getting $125 in gold. Buckley hat in black. Rivera hooded tunic in white and brown. And then you're getting a Howl emote So size for the gold for the $125 worth of gold, and you're just getting a bunch of cosmetics. Not that great. Not that great for a paid subscription. And in the case of Red Dead, where it doesn't have its like own subscription, there's not really an excuse to have such bonuses. I feel for Prime Gaming. Like, sure, if they had their own subscription, it would make sense for the GTA, like in GTA Online, but yeah, Red Dead Online definitely obviously gets more effort for Prime Gaming than GTA does easily, but they can't give you like some actual useful like business thing that you can get from it. It's pretty trash. Only actual good parts of on gold easily. And then aside for that will be your like more hidden stuff I gotta go over here. It's still for some stuff and stuff that they don't mention on here. And then the stuff that like changes each week essentially. So I gotta mention other things not mentioned here on the benefits thing, and then any of like the week changing stuff I gotta kinda mention stuff there too. Be at a gold bar, that would obviously be one gold bar, like $25 in gold. That's trash, like I was saying earlier. It's not necessarily too worth it in there. But yeah. Again, February 28th to March 6th, completing the Covington Emerald Bundling opportunity gets you a gray Hellspeed gloves, as it mentions on there from earlier. March 7th to March 13th, completing select Blood Money Crimes. Select ones will be Stagecoach Stick-Up, Outlet Fuse, Wrongful Property, Back Pay. We'll get you a beige gator hat. Now, at first I was saying you could probably just re-roll if you get like a random mission. But I'm pretty sure, actually, with the Blood Money Crimes, you actually get to choose the one you want. So just make sure you choose the Stagecoach Stick-Up, Outlet Fuse, Wrongful Property, and Back Pay. Those are your only 4 options for the beige gator hat from March 7th to March 13th. I think certain ones are only on like certain characters. Damn fruit, damn it. But yeah, just gonna wait for that to disappear so we can do like the hold in the pause menu trick to get to the map here. Without having to go for the previous menu. But yeah, I want to show something with the like blood money stuff. But yeah, when it comes to March 7th, March 13th, it mentions like the lit fuse. I think Joe, for example, here is the only character that has a lit fuse. So keep in mind, some of the Blood Money Crimes listed from March 7th to March 13th on Rockstar Newswire, you can only probably get some of those for certain characters. A lot of the Blood Money Crimes, though, I think every character has a lot of them, though, for the most part. But I think certain characters have their own exclusive ones, like Joe here and Lit Fuse, I think, for example, again. So I'll just go to whatever character you're closest to, check out what they have, essentially. I wouldn't really go too much out your way for a very particular character, since for the most part, I want the same, like, Blood money missions. And yeah, also make sure you're doing a blood money mission, not a stranger mission, because they still have the stranger missions even after the blood money thing. So you definitely make sure it's a blood money mission, not a stranger mission. March 14th to March 20th. If you complete the Il Sovrano blood money opportunity for March 14th, March 20th, that will get you a black pair of plata pants. For March 21st to March 27th, if you complete 10 daily challenges for that week, those would be the 7 I showed earlier for the 10 daily challenges, that will get you a gray Caffin's hat. And then last but not least, like week 5, whatever, that will be like March 28th to April 3rd. Yes, that would be March 28th to April 3rd. You gotta complete the Ember of the East blood money opportunity, and that will get you the silver and brown version of the Minstilla poncho. So yeah, you're literally only getting clothing stuff, so if you don't care for clothing, then none of that weekly stuff is really too worth doing, so keep that in mind. But yeah, week 1, week 3, and week 5 each have like a different blood money opportunity you have to do for like the Capitale missions that has more incentive technically for a certain one. If you care to unlock said clothing items. So there's certain weeks where other ones might be more worth doing just for the clothing item for the one time at least. But again, I just don't really recommend the one on roads though, unless again you want the clothing item that's tied to that one when it happens. Whether that's now or in like a couple few weeks from now. And yeah, all rewards will get delivered within 72 hours, so basically you have to wait like 3 real life days after completion for your rewards. Alright, nothing new to mention there. But yeah, here I'll mention the remaining featured series that will be happening for the other few weeks going on. So these will be the featured series for the remainder of the event month that will pay out double money in XP. The modifiers don't change at all for the other few, it's still going to be double money in XP for the different ones. So yeah, February 28th, March 6th, again, that'll be your New Hanover series as mentioned here, which will be obviously be game modes featured in the New Hanover territory that you can select as a spawn point when loading into the game. March 7th to March 13th, that will actually go over to Tumbleweed series for March 7th to March 13th. So basically anything in like the Tumbleweed area when it comes to the different like shutdown modes and whatnot. After March 7th to March 14th, that will be March 14th to March 20th, and that will be the Blackwater series, which will basically be just like the Tumbleweed series, but for Blackwater. March 21st to March 27th. That will be your one hardcore things. If you prefer hardcore over the regular like game modes, and your 1 week to do hardcore would be March 21st, March 27th. And that will be hardcore New Austin series. So it's basically just like your New Hanover series, but it's in like the New Austin territory that you can choose to spawn in the game when you first get in the game. With the territory spawns at like the bottom of your main menu, whatever. We had a New Austin series from March 21st to 27th. That'll be a hardcore version, so that's like the no like consumables, like no ability card rolling thing they typically do. No ability cards definitely really sucks, but if you're not want to really use consumables, then it could actually be a really good week to do featured series. If you're not big on the consumables, if you want to do any featured series, then hardcore New Austin might be a good one to choose. If you're not huge on those consumables. And finally, March 28th to April 3rd for featured series calendar will be the Amberino series. Amberino, again, that's one of those like few territories that you can stick over in like New Austin. As I was talking about with like the Hardy Tonic, like daily challenge with the advice there. When I was going over the Hardy Tonic and like the daily challenge thing I had. Yeah, like it's snowy like territory Amberino. So it seems the main gimmick for feature series this time is you're just in different like territories or like towns or whatever. Nothing that super impressive. Besides for maybe the New Austin one, because at least it's hardcore. If you want something more different. If you want something more different, yes. Yeah, nothing more to mention here, aside for what I already mentioned, obviously. I already went over all the clothing stuff there. Yeah, I definitely don't have anything more there. I already mentioned everything there. And then, yeah. For the rest of it, it just looks like I gotta go over some remaining discounts, and then I gotta go over the weekly collection for the first week. For weekly collection, I'm only going to go over the first week. I don't know if there's much of a way you can look at the weekly collection for featured week. I'm not sure if there's much of a way to do that, to be honest. I'm trying to see. Okay. Yeah, you can see Capitale in the satchel. Okay, I was trying to see that for a discount here. But yeah, Capitale, keep in mind, you can only like hold 50. That's something I actually should have mentioned when I came to the opportunity things. For the opportunity missions, the amount of money you obtain depends on like the difficulty. So your amount of money, you're obviously going to want to do the highest difficulty as long as you can handle the highest difficulty. But yeah, for opportunities, the least cost will be 15. 15 gives you the least difficulty on the opportunity. Whatever the middle difficulty is, that's like 20 Capitale, and then like Ruthless difficulty, I think is the hardest difficulty, and I think that's 25 Capitale. So yeah. With the maximum of 50 Capitale, you can do like 3 opportunity missions with 15. You could even do like a 15, 15, and 20 if you want your like maximum of like 3 opportunity missions and like a thing of 50 Capitale. if you want to focus on ones of like the middle difficulty, that gives you access to 2 missions, and then you also get access to 2 missions if you do like Ruthless. When it comes to like the maximum, you can hold at one time at 50 in like the satchel. So keep that in mind. If you don't want to spend as much capitality, then you might not want to be doing the highest difficulty, but at the same time, for the blood money opportunities, you want to be doing the highest difficulty for the more money, obviously. And probably more gold in the slightest sense, at least, but even then, gold wouldn't be that much more impressive there, I would say. When it comes to difficulty, I don't think it really matters for gold, but yeah, for money, it definitely matters a lot for the money and which difficulty you choose easily. Anyways, that's for the main reason I went in here. The discount involves the fence here, and it has to do with the capitality from the fence. It will be 33% off. I might actually go to the fence. It's been a while since I went to the fence. I might want to see what the price is there for those curious, whatnot. Plus, I need to get with the collection anyways. I still gotta go to the post office as well. Might as well. I'm on the way to the weekly collection. Okay, why's this like empty horizontal running away now? What the fuck? Or at least I think they are. Oops, okay, I passed it. Not by much though, but still. I had a vibration there for a moment. Alright. Found I'm having like a collectible vibration or something. But I guess not. I might have to go in from the other side, I forget. I think the new one's quite annoying to get to, I feel, compared to some of the other fences, which I feel are a lot more straightforward to get to. But I think I think you just go over here. It's not crazy or anything. Still more crazier than your usual one to get inside of it, though, of course, but not that crazy regardless, though.
I have quite a stock.
But yeah. 40% off, it looks like instead of 5 gold on the hired gun kit, it's 3 gold bars for the hired gun kit. So yeah, you can get 10 capitality pretty easily with the hired gun kit, but one time you can get it for 3 gold right now. That gets you almost the whole mission there, which is pretty nice. 10 is 5 away from your bare minimal cost for a blood money opportunity, which is nice. But yeah, 33% off the capitality here is actually only 2. So if you don't care for the bandana and like the ammo and stuff, it's actually cheaper right now to get 10 capitality for here than it is for the hired gun kit. I mean, you might as well get the hired gun,
Although
get the
still
one
scouring
time
for
you can
papers
get
like
it
licenses,
even,
my
but yeah.
godfather with certain
I don't know why my PS5 is being a vibrating
acquaintances
fucking bitch right now, but yeah. I don't know, my fucking plates randomly fucking vibrate for some fucking reason, so weird now. Yeah, my plate's definitely randomly vibrating on my PS5, it's kinda crazy now. It's always been like that, kinda, for some reason. In a vertical position and shit. In a vertical position and in a vertical position when it comes to being on the stand, of course. Of course, I don't have it like off the stand, I have it on the stand because it's good to have it on the stand.
Stop for a minute, will you?
Hello.
But yeah.
Hello.
Sorry, damn fucking fruit, no, fuck.
Hey, stop for a minute, will you?
Okay, what is this vibration again? Must be a collectible somewhere. If I had a vibration for a bit, maybe I was right then. In what fucking language now? What the fuck? Okay, kind of in the belt or something. And then probably somewhere over here then, right? I think. I don't know, I had a vibration around here somewhere, but not sure where now. I don't know, maybe it's on the other side of my horse then, I guess.
Closing in century.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was going to be over here. I wish I knew that now. I didn't think of even looking over there. I didn't think it would be up top or some shit. Okay, got a Queen of Pentacles tarot card. Nice. Okay, first one there actually. For the current moment.
Got some blood on you just there.
But yes. Capitale from Fens. 2 gold bars because of the 33% off. Yeah, because of 33% off on the straight up Capitalion fence, it's 2 gold instead of whatever that would be normally. Maybe it's like 6 gold or something normally. I don't know. 6 gold actually might not be the right number there, and I was saying 33% off, that would probably not be 6. 33% off of 6, that would only actually be 2, so if it were 6, then that would be 4. I think. Definitely. But yeah, 2 gold on the straight up Capitalia for 10, and compared to the hired gun kit for 3 gold right now, 40% off. Better deal, obviously, straight up Capitalia, but again, you can only get the hired gun kit one time, so you might as well on that sale.
Ooh, that's a nice horse.
Figured I would say it again because the collectible got a bit distracting there. Okay. Next one will involve some naturalist stuff here. I think in the kit section here, I think it is, yeah, definitely. And that will be your trinkets. Your trinkets will be 35% off. So that'll be your Javelina Tusk trinket. I do have all of them, I'm pretty sure, so there shouldn't be any aside for what's in my satchel here. We had a Javelina Tusk trinket, whatever, and that will permanently increase your player's horse bombing rate by 10%. So if you want to get your horses bonded quicker, if you're going for all 10 slots at some point, then that can definitely be quite a nice one there. Nowhere near the most necessary trinket though, I would say it's definitely not anywhere near your best trinket though. So if you're not really big on buying horses, it's not really a great one to get 35% off, but obviously you might as well get on any sort of sale at all compared to no sale whatsoever. Ramhorn trinket. That allows you to pick the creeping vine, not vine. I don't know why I said vine, whatever, but yeah. That will allow you to pick the creeping thyme, oregano, and wild mint for 2 times more herbs. As I showed earlier, I think there was one where you have to pick wild mint or something. So with this trinket, you can pick the wild mint. You might only have to do it 3 times compared to 5 times. I think I had a daily challenge right for that. I swear it did. Yeah. So in that case, it can save you a tiny bit of time, which is nice. So instead of maybe having to pick 5, you might only have to pick 3, for example, with the trinket there. It's only really good for cooking and in certain daily challenges. There's very certain daily challenges where it could actually be of help. For example, cooking a seasoned crustacean, you can use the wild mint there, I think, for one of your seasons there. So it kind of goes hand in hand with this, too. So yeah, very certain daily challenges can actually be quite the benefit there if you get that trinket. So it could be slightly nice for gold, especially with the gold thing going on for this event month right now, with completing the daily challenges. So it can be slightly nice there. Buck Antler trinket gives you a higher chance of receiving better quality pelts and skins from animals in perfect condition. Higher chance of receiving better quality pelts skins from animals in perfect condition. Okay. So the way I read it, it doesn't seem you get a more common chance to get the free star, perfect animals. But yeah. There's a free star, tier, a rarity system or something on, animals and whatever. freeze are perfect. Other ones are like already like damaged before you even like get their stuff, I think. So the way it's worded, it doesn't seem to get more perfect condition animals, it just seems to get a higher chance of receiving better quality stuff from perfect condition, which is definitely pretty nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't increase your chance of perfect condition animals, it seems, but getting more stuff equals more profit for your trader business, certainly. So it could be very nice for your trader business, especially. Yes, definitely gonna be pretty nice for your trader business, surely. So I think this one can definitely be one of the more worthwhile ones to pick up, I think, definitely. I think that's definitely one of the better trinkets for 35% off. So if you did not care that much for collecting all the trinkets, I do at least recommend this one. I think it's definitely one of the nicer effects you can get from a trinket. Snowy Egret trinket. That one permanently decreases the speed of that horse health and stamina core is drained by 10%. But yeah, if you're in a lobby for a really long period of time, that can definitely be quite a nice one there. So your horse stays more healthy over time for longer than usual. For longer than usual. But yeah, you can just go to another lobby if you're not playing with a friend. If you're not playing with a friend or something, you can just go into another lobby anyways. It's not the most impactful, since going into another lobby I think resets your cores. And then it seems the last of the 5 trinkets in the game for 35% off will be the Beaver Tooth trinket, which I think is definitely one of your nicer ones as well, similar to the Buck Antler one. This one I think can definitely be one of your better ones since that permanently slows the degradation for all weapons by 10%. So that's less gun oil you have to use and less like maintaining your weapons, and it'll be longer, it'll be in better conditions. Since you don't want your gun to be not as useful per se. So that's definitely a very handy effect that you'll always get benefit from, even if you're not big on like hunting animals like this one. So this is definitely, I would say, the number 1 trinket to get for 35% off. Then I would say this one for sure. I think this one's like the average one here. I think it's like third best one, I would say. And yeah, bonnet rate all depends on like the amount of horses. Yeah, the Javelina Tusk trinket I think is definitely going to be the worst one, since you can only own 10 horses at one time. So it's only going to have some very limited usage. You won't get like permanent use like with the rest of them, where you can get more of a permanent use on it. This one works a very finite amount of times, essentially. Yes, that one definitely works a very finite amount of times. All the other ones at least give it more permanent benefit. So I would say this one's like second worst here, definitely. Since I don't feel it's the most important, since you can just re-lobby and reset your cores essentially. If you're playing solo especially. But yeah, that's average because of the daily challenge thing again, as I was mentioning earlier, for there's a couple that it helps with for my current set of them. Yeah, this one's good for animal hunting, but if you don't animal hunt, it's not going to be too useful. And then obviously you're probably going to most likely be using weapons. I think this one's definitely number one for which ones I would prioritize for 35% off all the trinkets. Yeah, I'll go into my ability loadout here. This one was mentioned earlier, which was the ability card. The ability card upgrades 30% off. Those two discounts was already in the benefits section. I just want to show like what I use. But yeah, Painted Black. Painted Black is definitely one of your better Deadeye options, I feel. But yeah. I think it's definitely one of your better Deadeye options here for sure on Painted Black, since I think it's basically just single player one. It's basically just single player Deadeye where I think you just mark targets and stuff. So that's definitely a very nice one for sure. Okay. Having Deadeye active for more damage, I feel could be kind of a nice one for the ones that do kind of have here more so. For like XP requirements at least. But yeah, Slippery Bastard. I think Slippery Bastard is one of the ones that people mostly tend to use in this game, while Deadeye active enemies are significantly less accurate when shooting at you. And your accuracy is significantly reduced. Rate at which your Deadeye drain is dramatically increased. So sure, your Deadeye drain is dramatically increased, but less AI accuracy is always a pretty good thing. Less AI accuracy is also going to be like less getting killed and whatnot, so I can see why I think this is one of the more popular ones that people run from what I know. But yeah. As far as I know, I think Slippery Bastard and then the Painted Black are probably the two most popular ones, I would say, for good, like, Deadeye ones there. I'm not going to go too much detail on the passive ones here. Personally, I like having one of each. I think you can choose one of each type if you wanted just one for combat. If you wanted all free combat, all free recovery, all free defense, you probably could. Me, I really like one in streak free. Each consecutive shot on the same target will do more damage than the last. Consecutive shots on the same target on like body shots and stuff can be a very easy thing to obtain. So it's kind of a nice fail safe if you don't get like a headshot on a character and you need to kill him real quick. But yeah, winning streak is definitely a very handy one if you don't manage to get a headshot, but you manage to get a good couple shots in the body or something for an enemy, and definitely a very handy one there. Me, I like having the sprinting use less stamina, and then I like dealing much more damage on my stamina level. Because if you're in like a good cover situation, if you're not like in a situation where you're like moving a lot, it can do much more damage if like cover, especially if you have like your full stamina. But I don't feel stamina is like the easiest thing to like use up during combat, so I do like being based on the stamina there for that damage increase. Feels an easy damage increase there. And I like Hunter, and then I like Conquer down here, which is taking much less damage and cover, which kind of goes hand in hand with being condition free, because being in cover means way less stamina usage, which is nice for that too. That's my build personally. I feel for a variety build, I feel my build's pretty good for a variety build here. Of course, you could probably go all combat, all recovery, all defense or something if you wanted to. On the passives here, for all I know. Yeah, I think I like my build there. I think it's pretty nice in very certain circumstances, definitely. But yeah, 30% off all of those and then all those upgrades is definitely very handy. But yeah, that's my loadout personally, for those wondering, since they are on discount for the event month. Alright, some fishing discounts here, kind of. But yeah, that will be your fishing rod. That'll be your fishing rod, and then the lures tied to the fishing rod will also be 40% off. So yeah, certain lures obviously are better for catching certain fish if you're into that. Fish you cannot use for the trader though, I don't think. So you cannot actually use fish for the trader, and then I don't think there's legendary fish or anything. There wasn't legendary animals at all in Online, I think, until Naturalist, and then I don't think there was any legendary fish at all, even with Naturalist. I don't think there's a legendary fish, so Fish aren't really too important in this game, I feel, for the online component, unlike the story mode component, where they're probably much more useful in story mode due to legendary fish being a thing there. Whereas I don't think there's legendary fish at all in Red Dead and Online, in particular. So fishing lure, 40% off, definitely not the greatest. Having the fishing rod at all on 40% off, if you want the option to fish at all, is definitely pretty nice too, regardless. Just the lures, I just don't think are really the most impactful thing in the game much, per se. For reasons I explained. For those that want to know, like, all of the pistols on discount. Schofield revolver. Schofield revolver is definitely a nice, like, average. Oh wait. Then I would start with the volcanic pistol. Volcanic pistol we get for free when you have like the ultimate edition of the game. So if you have the ultimate edition of the game, I think you get the volcanic pistol for free. I think that's why mine's free, is because of the ultimate edition. So if you have the ultimate edition, it's not really one to have on discount, obviously. Well, it's only 3 pistols in the game? Okay. Yeah, I'd probably just go to Mazers then. For the $180 savings per Mazer pistol, you can get like $360 savings on that when you get both of them. When you get both of the Mazer pistols on the 30% off discount, it's like $360 savings, insane. horse discount here. Alright. Looks like the whole entire Turkoman category here looks to be 30% off. Instead of being like 925,000, they are like 647,005. Not 500, but $647.50. There I go, if I said it right. As far as I can tell, they pretty much all seem to have the same exact stats here, so it doesn't seem to matter which one you get here. Even though there does look to be one on gold bars, it doesn't seem to really increase the stats, so why would you really get that one? But if you were to get it, it would be 12 gold off, which is quite a solid amount of gold. It's like $300 off, I think, in terms of gold, and that's pretty insane. Yeah, it's definitely a $300 gold difference there. Oh. Seems to even get like a 12 gold off here as well for the black one. Apparently that's gold too. So if you really wanted the certain ones, you could get the premium currency off as well. But yeah, trying to see. Yeah, they don't really seem different at all, aside for like the looks, from what I'm seeing. But yeah, level 0 and level 1 bondage are exactly the same. So what you see for level 0 there when you don't own it and whatnot is the same as level 1. So that means you'll get 5 on the like stamina circle, and then it looks like you'll get like 7 on the health. So 2 would be 6, 3 would be 7, and then 4 would be 8. Yeah. Level 4, level max bondage, looks like it would be 8 on your stamina. The horse that I use has like max on the stamina and the health though. So it is possible to have max on the stamina and the health, so keep that in mind. So in that regard, it's already not going to be one of your better options for these Turkoman horses. But top breed for racing or war. Okay. But yeah, it does look to be a war horse because it does have 7 on the health at level 0, level 1. So since the health is 7, that means it maxes out on health at the level 4 level max bondage. So you can get very solid horse health here for sure. But you're not going to maximize on your stamina on this one, unfortunately. And yeah, I think your best hidden stats go over to Norfolk Roadsters. From what I know, like the Moonshiner, like Norfolk Roadsters, I think are your best possible like hidden stat horses, so keep that in mind. So the hidden like bar stats down there, the more hidden stats down there with the bars, those aren't really going to necessarily be that great either. But yeah, very nice for horse health. Anything else is pretty trash down there. Definitely nowhere near your best horse, no doubt. Next discount seems to be a rifle here. And that looks to be your Springfield rifle. 40% off the Springfield rifle. Honestly, I don't really feel rifles are your most utilized weapons in the game. I feel typically your best rifle would go down to the varmint rifle because it's kind of a utility rifle when it comes to like the naturalist role, and it's very good for getting certain like small animals killed for the regular version of the varmint rifle as well when using the more regular rounds in the game. So yeah, I don't really feel the Springfield rifle is the most impactful. Personally, your most used weapons, I would say, would probably be in like the repeater class. For repeater class, I feel for the long, yeah, yes. For long arms, I mean to say, repeaters would pretty much be your best options, I would say, for long arms, especially something like the Evans repeater with a crazy 26 magazine capacity. With 26 rounds per magazine, whatever, which is pretty insane. Again, if you're going to use a rifle at all, I would say it's pretty much going to be your varmint rifles, and yeah.
Hello there.
It's pretty much going to definitely be your varmint rifle for the utility as of the naturalist roll, and being able to kill like small prey. You can kill like small prey, and then you pretty much can. It's pretty much your best option for stuff like rabbits and stuff like that. For hunting those, I believe. If you're not wanting to use like small game arrows in the game or whatever. So I really just don't think it's one of your more useful weapons to warrant getting it. Only get it if you want to collect all the weapons in the game. If you don't want to collect all the weapons in the game, if you just want to go with the necessities, I don't really feel it's one of your. I don't feel it's one of your more necessary options for sure. So it's not really the greatest weapon discount. And then it looks like there's just one last clothing related discount here, and that will pretty much be it for the discounts. And I still have to just go over weekly collection pretty much. And they're pretty much all going to be hats as well. It's not a general hat discount, it's some very certain ones. It might not even be in the catalog, it might be somewhere else actually even. Deepest top hat. I don't think the deepest top hat is in here, yeah. I'll say what I think it is though for these free clothing things. I think it's actually tied to your like blood money opportunities. But there's some more top hats over there, okay. Carlson, Reeves. Duplicitous, top hat. Yeah, I don't think you find those actually in the catalog. So I'm just gonna say what they are, I think. So there is 30% off of the Pacific Union hat, the Kingsburg hat, and then the Duplicitous top hat. Now, yeah, as you may have just seen, I went through hats, and I don't think I saw any of those in there whatsoever. I do not think I saw any of those whatsoever. What I think they are is they're actually tied to Madame Nazar. I think they're actually hats that she has, I think. So I think they're very certain things like clothing of Madame Nazar's. if I remember correctly as well, I think they're tied to like the blood money opportunities. Like I think you have to do like certain blood money opportunities on like ruthless difficulty, and I think you get like certain clothing. See, I think you need to do like the ruthless difficulty on like all those different like opportunities to get each of those hats. I could be wrong. Like I said, unlock you get, but I think you still have to like purchase them after unlocking or something. So I think it's something like that all there. Wait, what? Did the character there just fall down and then like a thing of wood just came down too? What the fuck? Interesting. That was weird. But yes, last but not least, I think we'll definitely go over to the weekly collection. I don't think I'm gonna make any money or anything. Game's been hella stale for like months to years in terms of content. Everyone's pretty much seen everything in the game pretty much at this point. So I don't see myself doing any of it. Plus, technically, I got a daily challenge, just not playing an animal for 24 game hours or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, I might go for some daily challenges or something. But I wouldn't get any increased amounts. It wouldn't be like the money opportunity or the gold opportunities, since I'm not going to be getting all 7 of them. Some of those are just ridiculous, as I mentioned earlier on. But I got a roll challenge, that was definitely something on there for free for a week, whatever. So I guess I'll count that. That's the smallest bit of gameplay in this dead-ass game that they barely update and shit anymore. But yeah, weekly collection for week 1 will be the Saint Denis collection, it looks like. Pretty fitting, actually. I didn't know that was even what it was, and I'm in Saint Denis. That's ironic, I actually didn't know it was going to be that. But yeah, collector's bag. Okay. So as of when I got this, there is a total of 2 days, 17 hours, 25 minutes remaining. I am doing this stream pretty early in the morning or something, or like a little after midnight or something on like Saturday, March 4th, 2023. But yeah, in here it's a Cognic, a Bulix, a Bulix diamond ring, whatever. I might have said it right there finally, and then Eugene ruby earrings. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but fuck it. This one's clearly got like a special like character thing in there with the E there. And this word is pretty similar, so I'm not gonna obviously know 100% how to pronounce it or whatever, but yeah. All 3 of those, the collection value will be $85. Not as good as like $100 on like a full set of like coins. There's like whole weekly collections that have like just coins for the free things, I believe, and those get to like at least $100. I think there's been other weekly collections where I think they do like free materials, and I think it's been as low as like $30 or something one time for a collection value if it uses like free materials or something. So, it's definitely a bit above average, I would say, or I would say it's I would definitely say the collection value is definitely a bit above average here for sure. Between like the $30, like $100, like I was saying, if like a full material thing of like pretty cheap materials, and then a thing of like free coins, which is like 100. It's definitely above average collection value. But yeah. Sorry, I've been pretty slow in the stream, damn it, but my throat's been hella fucking But yeah, Cognic, that is one of those antique alcohol bottles that I showed in like the roll daily challenge for the collector roll. I had one where I had to like collect like 3 antique alcohol bottles. That's one of those. And then yeah, the other 2 is a Lost Jewelry ring and then a Lost Jewelry earrings. Now I'm saying that because it's pretty important to know like what type it is and whatnot, so you know like how to find them and whatnot. Cognic will probably be your easiest one to obtain here. That would definitely be your easiest obtainable like thing of the 3 here. Because it's an antique alcohol bottle, you will find those above ground. Those are pretty much always above ground. You'll pretty much always find them on the map somewhere. So you want to use your like Gene Rop collector map I mentioned earlier. That's the one I use, or you want to use some sort of like collector map on like your preferred search engine, such as Google or something. Pretty damn easy to find that if you use your resources and whatnot. These 2, on the other hand, nowhere near as easy to obtain these 2. The Lost Jewelry ring, Lost Jewelry earring. Those are fucking hell, fucking fruit now. Keep pushing down on my Adam's apple and stuff, trying to help it, but that doesn't help at all, apparently. Or whatever the fuck, damn it, but yeah. Again, the Lost Jewelry ring, the Lost Jewelry earring, those won't be anywhere near as obtainable, since they are considered partially randomized. Above ground is not randomized at all. You have like a very set location for an above ground collectible. But your Lost Jewelry is what's considered partially randomized. I think Lost Jewelry is the only type of stuff that is partially randomized, whether it's ring, earring, or the other 2 Lost Jewelries. Partially randomized, I think, means that it can be above ground or it can be like underground. It depends on like what the thing is for like each particular day. So yes, on some days, but yes. On some days you can find like Lost Jewelry above ground, certain ones. But yeah. But yes, I'm trying to think how to explain it, damn it. But yes, on some days you can find certain Lost Jewelry above ground, and then on other days you can find certain Lost Jewelry like underground and stuff. So there might be some days where you can find this above ground and so yes. For the 7 days of the weekly like collection here, some days you might find these 2 above ground, sometimes you might find these underground. Again, you want to look at your like collector map, see if you can see a more exact location, or if not, but yeah, you want to look on like a collector map on your like search engine, whatever. If there's an exact location with their like name or whatever, that means it's above ground. if you like go on a thing on your like collector map on your search engine and it says like you get like a random collectible from like a certain type of collectible, it says it's like random but it's from like a certain category, then that means you have to have luck and find it like underground or whatever, if that makes any sense. So yeah, sometimes there's randomness with these, sometimes there's not. Essentially is what partially randomized means, from what I know. So yeah, might have to deal with some luck on this one, unfortunately. So it's nowhere near the greatest collector set to sell, at least. Just because some of the stuff might not be super obtainable. Unless you're pretty lucky or something. Sometimes, at least. But yeah, sorry the streams were 2 hours long, a little over 2 hours long here, but yeah. Pro gets all kinds of fucked up and shit randomly and whatnot for some reason. When I stream, especially, and I'm talking for hours on it and shit. That's gonna be it for this dead ass run. That's gonna. But yeah, that is definitely gonna be it for this rundown on Event 1 stream. Next stream will be for GTA 9's Event Week stream, since that one actually gets good updates and it gets updated weekly. So I think this update was just another Event Week with no new content. So GTA 9 kind of sucks this time around, so that's why I did the stream for Saturday and not Friday. Yeah, regardless, that's gonna be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.